After my Extreme Dinosaurs review, yes, December 2018, I get it, it's been way too long. I have been approached by a certain fellow. For the sake of privacy, let's call him Little N. No, that's too obvious. Let's call him L. Norwegians. We spoke of the many dinosaur cartoons that existed back in the day, and one that we both remembered fondly was Denver, the Last Dinosaur. French-American production about a group of kids who find a freshly hatched dinosaur at a construction site. They adopt the little dino and give him the name Utica.
Really?
Denver. The group of children is made up of Wally, a shy kid who takes care of Denver, Wally's sister Heather, the popular girl, Jeremy, the smart guy, Mario, the cocky dude, Shades, the cool one, and Casey, the mechanic of the group. Predictably, they want to keep Denver a secret so that he doesn't get taken away to some laboratory by the adults. But of course, they keep exposing Denver time and time again because of wacky shenanigans that need to happen each episode, with things mostly staying the same regardless. I did certainly love the show as a child. However, rewatching it as an adult, I have to question so many things. Why is Denver sometimes like a helpless baby who can't talk, but other times he's able to use basic English or even play the electric guitar? Why do kids that help Denver sometimes act like they're in elementary school dealing with basic bullies, but in other situations they come off as young adults? Why does sleeping on Denver's eggshells give people very realistic dreams about being in their prehistoric time? Why is the shell able to let people see the past when they hold it? How can Denver have memories of the prehistoric time if he hatched in the 20th century? Why is the show labeled as educational when most episodes do not contain anything that could qualify as educational? At best, a few episodes contain scenes showing the prehistoric age with this female narrator talking about stuff.
First, Denver showed the boys the largest dinosaur that ever lived, the 80-ton Brachiosaurus. Next came the slow Stegosaurus, and although the Stegosaurus weighed over 7 tons, its brain was only the size of a walnut.
Bitch! And also, why is this show so 80s? I mean, it was made at that time, but the other dino cartoons of this era did not remind me so much of it as this show. Admittedly, this was the very end of the 80s, which is why a lot of people online say that Denver, the Last Dinosaur, was a show made by a soulless marketing agency, chasing after fads that were already dying by the time the show started airing. However, as a nerdy post-Soviet child growing up in the 90s, I was about as clueless about everything as I could be, so this never bothered me. And considering the current excitement for the 80s, I feel like the series can now be appreciated in a nostalgic way. But to make it clear, Denver isn't like Poochie. He is meant to be a child. Many episodes focus on the kids helping someone who's got some trouble. Like this old rock star whose songs don't do as well as they used to because kids nowadays listen to this nasty modern music. Or this old actor who no longer performs because people nowadays only go to see movies in cinemas and don't care about theater. There seems to be this theme with these old people being able to relate to Denver, since he too is a relic of the past, trying to survive in the modern age. Given how Denver's own show is now the product of a bygone era, this rings more true now than it did when the show premiered. But don't get the impression that this show is deep or anything. It's mostly just innocent stuff between a dino and some children. And yes, I realize that children in many shows can be very annoying, but this isn't as much the case here. You see, in shows like the Dinosaurs, the child characters get a lot of focus, taking away time from the actual dinosaurs which we would want to see fighting. The kids in Denver, while bland and pretty forgettable, don't distract from anything exciting. The Denver is not an action series, it's a simple, supposedly educational show for children, with a cute pet dinosaur who's my friend and a whole lot more.
He's my friend and a whole lot more.
Make of that line what you will. The furry certainly did.
Giggity, 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 goo.
But sadly, that innocent feel is also part of why the show isn't as interesting to me as an adult. The episodes don't surprise me very much, the humor doesn't work as well as it used to, and I get a bit bored while watching. It's meant for children, of course, but even with that in mind, I feel it's not as good as I remember it. It didn't age as well as some other shows from the time. I will grant you that I did like a few things coming back now. Like one of the main antagonists who tries to capture Denver, Morton Fishback, who is inspired by Rodney Dangerfield.
Well, what's this? Don't you know you can get in a lot of trouble for trespassing or you don't belong?
And I guess a few episodes were quite interesting. My favorites all share the same story concept. One of the kids sleeps on Denver's eggshell and has a dream about being in the prehistoric time. The stakes seem to always be much higher and everything feels more serious and interesting. I honestly regret that the show did not make more use of this plot device, because the rest of the series isn't that great. Well, maybe the Jack and the Beanstalk episode.
Hello there.
Hi.
I'm the Enchanted Golden Harp.
Oh.
You've probably heard of me.
Oh, yeah, no.
Guess there's not that much left to say about the series. A sweet childhood memory that's a bit underwhelming as an adult.
Dinosaur. He's my friend and a whole lot more.
Oh yes, in case anybody wishes to know, I am aware that the Denver remake from 2018 exists. I wanted to talk about it, but I couldn't find a place to watch it, nor a lot of information about it. It doesn't have its own Wikipedia page, and while a Wikia fandom site exists, it seems pretty dead, not even providing a full episode list. Googling Denver 2018 only gives info on
the Denver Broncos!
The best resource is the official YouTube channel with a hidden subscriber number, but that's just a bunch of trailers, so I can't speak much about it, although the lack of interest is quite telling. All that I can provide is my reaction to finding out that this remake exists.
Damn you!
Alright, so my video is done. I apologize for the incredibly long wait. There was a lot of stuff that's been holding this review back. It was originally meant to be a look at various dinosaur cartoons of the past, and it turned into this huge production which was making me less and less motivated. Until I realized that in reality, I just wanted to talk about Denver. It wasn't a great review, but it felt good to make one again, and I hope that you folks liked it. Until next time, bye!